The breakdown. Rain hammered the old tin roof of Rayon's auto garage, a tiny workshop on the outskirts of Crescent City. Inside, Rayon Malik, a humble mechanic in his late 30s, wiped grease from his hands and stared at the clock. Another slow day. Another day, wondering whether he could pay rent, buy medicine for his ill mother, or keep the garage open for one more month. Just as he turned off the lights, a sleek black Bentley rolled in its engine, coughing, sputtering, and finally dying at the gate. Rayon sighed. Expensive car, wrong neighborhood. The door opened, and a tall man stepped out, wearing a soaked suit and frustration on his face. "Can you fix this tonight?" the man asked. Rayon nodded. "I can try." Little did he know, the man standing in front of him was Adrian Knight, the reclusive billionaire owner of Knight Enterprises, one of the richest men in the country. But Rayon didn't recognize him. To him, the man was just another customer stranded in the rain. A choice from the heart. Rayon worked for hours, hands freezing, tools rusting from the rain dripping through the roof. The Bentley had a complex electrical fault fixable, but expensive. Adrian stood under the shade, watching him silently. There was no attitude, no arrogance, just impatience, and something that looked like sadness. Finally, Rayon closed the hood. "Your car is fine now," Adrian exhaled in relief. "How much do I owe you?" Rayon looked at him for a long moment. Something in the man's eyes reminded him of his own struggles. "Nothing." Adrian raised an eyebrow. "Nothing?" "This is a Bentley." Rayon shook his head. "You were stuck in the rain. Anyone would help." "Consider it goodwill." Adrian stared at him, stunned. He opened his wallet. But Rayon gently pushed it back. "Keep it." For the first time that night, Adrian smiled, a tiny, tired, grateful smile. A visit that changed his life. 3 days later, Rayon was sweeping dust outside his garage when a long white limousine stopped in front of him. His heart skipped. 2 security guards stepped out, followed by the same man from the rainy night now in a crisp suit, looking like he stepped out of a magazine. "Mr. Malik," Adrian said warmly, "I owe you an explanation." He handed Rayon a card. Adrian Knight, CEO, Knight Enterprises. Rayon's jaw dropped. The man whose car he fixed. Was that Adrian Knight? "I didn't know, and that's why I came," Adrian interrupted. "You helped me when I looked like nobody. You refused payment. People like you are rare." Rayon felt embarrassed. "I just did what felt right." Adrian gestured toward the limo. "Come with me. There's something I want to show you." Rayon hesitated, but curiosity won. The mansion they drove for nearly 30 minutes until the city disappeared behind them and massive iron gates opened ahead. The limo entered a stunning hillside property overlooking the entire skyline, a luxurious mansion with fountains, gardens, marble floors, and glass walls. Rayon whispered, "This place looks like a movie." Adrian turned to him and said calmly, "It's yours." Rayon froze. "Mine, sir?" "I think you're mistaken," Adrian shook his head. "No, when my car broke down, I was on my way to the hospital. My sister was dying. I was angry, stressed, and honestly, at my lowest. But you, a stranger with nothing to gain, helped me with kindness I didn't deserve." His voice softened. "That night changed my perspective." Rayon's breath trembled. His whole life, no one had ever rewarded his kindness. Not once. But why a mansion? Adrian smiled gently. "Because I don't want to repay you. I want to honor you." Then he handed him a document folder. Inside were the property papers, all under Rayon Malik's name. A new beginning. Rayon moved his sick mother into the mansion within a week. For the first time in years, she slept on a warm bed, in a room with sunlight, not leaking ceilings. Adrian visited often, not as a billionaire, but as a friend. One evening, as they watched the sunset from the balcony, Adrian said quietly, "Sometimes the richest people are not the ones with money, but the ones with humanity." Rayon smiled. "And sometimes the biggest repair you make isn't to an engine," Adrian looked at him, "but to a heart." Moral of the story, a small act of kindness can return in the most unexpected, extraordinary ways. Goodness always finds its way back, often multiplied.